What is up, YouTube? This is Colton from Epics and Impulse. What I've been doing is I've been trying the challenge, the Crown Championship Finals challenge with my latest Sparky deck I've been using. As you can see, I've gotten a little more comfortable with the deck, and right now I'm 10-0. Haven't lost, undefeated. So what I want to do is I just want to hop into some replays and show you the deck. As you can see, just victory, victory, victory. You didn't see that. All right, let's start with this one here. Just want to show the deck I've been using. I think I'm probably going to go 2 times just so you can kind of see exactly how I've been playing it. And I've been successful so far, so we'll see if I'll get all the way to 20. Usually when you see Giant, you don't see Rocket. And that's kind of my thought there. So I kind of got fortunate here that I was able to take the tower. Normally you'd want the hog in front, but I kind of thought he was low enough on elixir that he wouldn't be able to counter it. And I was right. Could have done Sparky and Tornado, but just there was no air backup there. So I knew bats would actually do quite a bit of damage. And this deck also has quite a bit of bat zap bait. So as you can see, it's going pretty well so far. I've taken a tower. Almost trade towers here pretty much. He gets a lot of damage, but then I got the bats. I got the spear goblins. You do normally want to make sure those are separated far enough from one another that they can't zap all of them and get a lot of value out of a zap. So basically got the 3 crown. Didn't quite, but that's that one there versus Cat in Canada. Let's hop into the next one. So as you can see, this guy has Rocket, Phylex, and he's got the mini P.E.K.K.A. So he's got a pretty good counter to my deck, actually. Because he's got Log for all my goblins and spear goblins. He's got Rocket for my Sparky, and he has mini P.E.K.K.A. for my hog. So if you could have a counter deck, that was pretty much it. I also don't have that much of an answer to Princess, so this is the kind of deck in certain situations will be really tough to deal with. If you're gonna tornado the hog there, it's a good idea to zap. Otherwise, those bats will probably do 600-700 damage because they won't die completely. I said good game there. I was a little dramatic. It's not really a good game. I just was kind of feeling that way, but managed to pretty much take the tower. Yeah, pretty much take the tower right there. So he has good log value there. That was a good play by him. I decided to just zap, half kill the princess and finish off the tower. And the reason I did that, I knew he had rocket, but I knew there's a good chance he's going to have to spend that rocket on that side to finish off the tower, as long as I defend it properly. So I was trying to actually bait the rocket with the Sparky, and then I definitely could have defended so he didn't take that tower. But now my Sparky is out of the danger zone, and he has to use his rocket. So I know because he just spent 6 elixir, I can go hard in the paint and just drop a crap load of cards and do some serious damage there. So good game against Phylex. Our next one here is against Squiggly McSquiggly. So let's start that one. So we'll go 2 times. Obviously this can, as you can tell by his deck, it's a little, I don't know, trolly, or he's not the best. Early in the championship, a lot of the players aren't as skilled, and you're not going to see meta decks as often. So this worked out good because I was able to do My bats to the side, he had to choose between zapping the bats or zapping the Sparky. He couldn't hit all of them. And then I'm able to zap the rest of the minion horde and able to take it out. So a good little push here. Get about 1,000, 1,500 damage, something like that. Now I got the Sparky down to try to make things happen. I'm also able to do Tornado and Spear Goblins just to bring the E-Barbs within range. So I tried that thing again. Didn't work that time as well. Um, it's really hard to do commentary this fast, but that was a drag glitch. I didn't mean to do that play there. Maybe these early battles I'm going to go 2 times, and as we get to the ones later on, I'm going to slow them down a little bit when we're facing more of a meta deck. You know what? This one here is a deck I've seen a few times, so maybe I'll show this one. This one is against some more lines and shapes. So I'm just going to do this one at one time and kind of explain, just because it's a common deck you may see. I probably do Knight. I don't have a good rotation. Probably do Knight and Bats. And then I probably am planning on counter pushing here because I got a Knight and I have 1 elixir lead here. So I think I do Hog and Goblins maybe. But that was bad. I had already decided to do the Goblins and I shouldn't have actually done them. Once I saw the P.E.K.K.A, I should have stopped. But I do manage to, I think I got 1 hit on the tower, and I did quite a bit of damage to the P.E.K.K.A, so I'm not too worried here. So I got my Knight, I got my Tornado, and I got Bats or Goblins to help clean it up, but I think the Hog only got 1 swing there. I decided just because I got the Knight down, I decided to go down that lane. Just with Bats though, huh. I was playing very cautious. When you know they have P.E.K.K.A, you definitely want to save. When you know they have P.E.K.K.A, you definitely want to save your Sparky for the P.E.K.K.A. I'm also on a juice fast right now with my wife, so in the last 3 days I haven't had any solid food, and I've lost 7 pounds. So we'll see how much more I manage to lose. But it's overall just to make me a little bit healthier and clean me out a little bit. But we'll see. I needed to lose a few pounds anyway, so we'll see. 7 pounds gone. Maybe 20 to go. Not on this cleanse, just in general. So that worked out perfectly. That we put down our Sparky and the P.E.K.K.A pretty much at the same time, pretty much at the same place. So I decide to use my Knight and Goblins and Tornado to shut that down. And I just wasn't 100% sure what exactly was going to happen. I have the Zap there. I don't have Zap yet. But I get a lot of damage there. So that pretty much finishes that one off, and I get the win. And he is not a happy camper. He's not too happy about that at all. So that was against... all right, the Titan X. And he's playing against a common deck as well. Now that we're getting into the more common decks, I'm definitely going to just do 1 times. Because it's really hard to explain everything that's going through my head as we go. I like to start with Spear Goblins right away. They have to be fast with the reaction, and it's cheap elixir. So I'm not too worried. I do Bats at the back. I don't mind trying to bait. This was a bad Knight because the Ice Spirit's still going to hit all my Bats pretty much. So That was a bad idea, and I decided to cancel the push because of that, and I didn't spend any more elixir. I put a Sparky up front because I know this deck has Rocket, just because I kind of know the deck. And then I got Hog, and I got Bats, and I kind of ignore the Goblin Barrel because I know my push had much more chance of getting damage than his. I knew roughly how much a naked barrel was going to do, but I managed to do pretty good there. But when you're facing a lot of these decks have Rocket, which is really scary playing Sparky because Rocket is the hard counter to Sparky. You can work around Ewiz, you can work around Zap, you can work around Ice Spirit and Lightning. You can work around all of that. Not a big deal. So it's kind of how I played it. I'm going to go fast forward. I think all I do is try to attempt to defend the whole time, which is not necessarily. I should have been pressuring the other side a little more, to be honest. And I believe he almost takes the tower. There's only a minute left. So I'm trying to guess what he has. I'm trying to keep myself high in elixir. But at the same time, he almost takes the tower, and then I would have nothing to show for it. If I was chipping the other side, I guess I kind of am going for a 3 crown. So he's pretty close here to taking the tower. Only 12 seconds left. I got my goblins, I got my zap. He has rocket here, but luckily he can't cycle to log fast enough, and I'm able to take the win. So he's not a happy camper either. So good job by the Titan X. All right, so Sinho, know how to pronounce your name, I think. So this is my worst starting hand. I hate this starting hand, absolutely, 100%. Because I don't really want to play the knight. I might even decide to just zap his tower. And it takes him a second to react. So basically I get a 1 elixir zap on the tower. And then he drops his giant, and then I drop my Sparky. So when they drop giant, usually I'm not afraid to drop my Sparky right away because I don't know of any giant decks that actually carry rocket. So my Sparky's usually safe at the back once they drop it. I decided to ignore the bats because I knew they would get chipped away, and I wanted to save elixir for a push. I don't know if it's successful or not, but that was my thought process for that. I do my hog, I do my bats, and he does a bad fireball there. So I'm able to get quite a bit of chip damage here. Oh wow, I'm actually able to finish off the tower completely, so that worked out really good. Now I'm focusing on defending, but I also want to take damage or do damage on the other side of the arena. So I do my spear goblins just for chip damage. He uses his zap. I don't have a good answer actually, so I do goblins, and then I think I have to do a knight. I could have done tornado, I guess. I guess it's the same elixir, but I guess the knight, I at least have something on the field that I could work with that he has to get rid of. And because the Mega Minion is distracted, I'm able to do my bats on it and do a hog push. And then I find out he has Mega Knight. I don't mind doing my Sparky at the back here. I wish I had my Knight in cycle. I got Zap and Goblins. Yeah, it was a little bad reaction time, so they get a couple shots off there. I know he does have the Mega Minion. I don't know if I knew that at the time, because sometimes my brain's going a mile a minute. I decided to do the Spear Goblins and Bats, I think, yeah, to just try to take all that jazz out, and I decided to do a little bit of a push, so he has to play something. And I knew his Mega Knight was out of cycle, so he has to play his Giant, and my Sparky's going to do a pretty good job of taking out that. Which, with Tornado and my other cheap cards, I'm not too worried about Mega Knight on the other side. I got my Knight, I got Tornado. I could have also used my Spear Goblins, but this works too. And kind of distract everything. I would have had a little more of a hard time if this deck actually had a baby dragon, but I think he may have substituted Fireball for Baby Dragon. I don't know, but I know the splash damage is definitely a little harder to deal with. With Sparky, you definitely have to make sure you have your Knight to tank those shots, and then have bats or Spear Goblins to take out the Baby Dragon from behind and surround it. So it was a good battle by Sinho. I'm gonna do this one fast because this is a really random deck. It's not a meta deck, so I'll just go through this one pretty fast here. So obviously it worked for him because he's gotten pretty far here. I think I do. Yeah, I do hog and bats. It makes him get his arrows out, and I place my spear goblins a little too close, so one of them gets hit. But now I think I do knight. Yeah, and I just decide to give up there. That was a bad push. But now I should have realized that he had minion horde because he did already use it. So now because he kind of screwed me over there, I really know that I need to save. I need to make sure I take out minion horde next time because it's been a little bit of a bitch. So I decided to do my Sparky at the back just to take out those barbarians because I think barbarians cost 5 elixir. I don't think they're 4. I think they're 5 elixir. And if they're 5 elixir, that makes my Sparky now cost 1. So that's a good trade any day. Because you have the threat of a Sparky doing damage here. And he does horde, so I was kind of waiting for him to do it. So I decided to push the other side, and I'm able to get some damage. I knew with the Sparky going down that side, it worked last time, so he was going to try to use his minion horde. I'm definitely going to do a Sparky here against this, and I have my Tornado and my Zap to take that out. And I'm able to finish off the tower there. So, good job. Good job, Obed. You actually did pretty good considering you have a really random deck with Rage. I don't think Rage really needs to be in it, but it actually worked pretty good, surprisingly. Here's Job or Job, biblical. So this is a little bit of a meta deck. I think anything with Mega Knight is a little bit of a meta deck, so I'll do this one relatively normal speed. So you can see kind of what my plan is. It is a princess. I do my spear goblins. If you're fast enough, you can get some chip damage. I kind of have a weird rotation, so I just do hog on the opposite side. Make him split up his cards. I think I got tornado and goblins. Yeah. Oh, I do I could have activated the king tower there, but I guess I decided I didn't need to. So now I got the knight and spear goblins to clean up. That princess is just, makes me angry. So I was gonna pause it there, but I do hog and then I do bats to take out the princess, but he has Inferno Tower, so my bats do get a little bit of chip damage though, which is nice, and it puts me in the lead. Both just waiting for more elixir. Yeah, I should activate the king tower now, right? Yeah, okay. I probably could have last time. I'm not sure why I didn't. I decided to tornado back instead, which did get me 0 damage against me, so it's not the worst move in the world. I do bats and I do hog. I do them in that order so that his inferno is a little trickier. Do I zap? I think I do. So now I get quite a bit of damage here because of that. Because one of the bats was taking out the Inferno Tower. So I was able to get quite a bit, even more chip damage than I had already. Sometimes when I don't want to play a card, I'll just do goblins. I don't know if that's what I do here. I think I did that last time. I got Tornado and I got Spear Goblins. I think I may throw down... Yeah, I throw down that, and now I know he has. I'm a little low on elixir, so when this happens, I have knight, and then I have goblins for in behind to take him out. So it's a cheap way to take out the Mega Knight, and then I can also tornado and zap here to take out the princess. I might use bats. No, I decide to wait it out, but he's pretty much even things up here. Um, and he zaps, so he's able to take me out pretty good there. I zap like an idiot. That push was dead. I shouldn't have zapped there. That was a waste of 2 elixir. But that kind of thing happens. Nice to have the goblins for Hog on defense because they can't zap it. He does have log, but I do a big push here. Nope. And I'm an idiot again. I think I probably zap again. No, I don't. I decided to learn from my mistakes, and I really need to avoid that Inferno Tower. He zaps. So now he doesn't have his zap in rotation. I have my goblins. I have my bats. I wonder what I'm going to do here. I do my bats, and then I do my hog, and I'm able to get quite a bit of damage there. Not enough to finish him off, but so far so good. I got my knight, and I got my tornado. You gotta switch it up because if you do the same defense every time, he has to do a weird placed Inferno there because he just didn't get the elixir in time. So he placed it. He had to place it closer, but my hog decided not to go towards it because he's a badass. All right, that was a good battle from Job. Another Mega Knight deck that I face here. So I could do Hog Bats, I could do Hog Spear Gobs, or I could just start with Spear Gobs. Just Spear Gobs by themselves are probably the safe bet. I do Tornado and I do Bats because I really wanted to activate my King Tower right away. And then the nice thing about that is you can go on a counter push with Hog. I do it like a second earlier, so as many of those bats stay alive behind the hog as possible. And now I could do. I don't quite have enough elixir for Sparky there, so I decided to do the knight and the goblins, which I don't think is a bad idea. But now I'm kind of going to restart. I've kind of learned his deck a little bit now. Now I can do the spear goblins. I don't mind baiting their zap, so I kind of put the spear goblins close to the tower so they can get value with their zaps, but then they don't have their zap for with Sparky, which is nice because then they don't want to use their zaps. So your spear goblins are that much, they die so much, not as hard. They survive longer because he doesn't want to use his zap on it. I probably do bats in the middle, yeah, and then I do hog. That's a good move. But he has, I have tornado and I have zap, so I think I'm able to get a shot here. Perfect. And then I got my goblins to take that out, and I got my spear goblins to help take out the Inferno Dragon. So then he probably has to counter with his own goblins. So far this one's going pretty good. I probably do hog and bats. Oh, I just do a naked hog, which worked out perfectly because now I have my Sparky full health. I do it a little high. I actually probably should have done it farther back. I'm not sure why I did it so high. But I decided to do my bats early. And I do my knight. And probably do spear gobs even. Yep. Just to distract everything. And then my hog, or his hog, I think dies here too. Sorry, dropped my phone. So far so good. I decided to pressure the other side just so he has to spend elixir on that side. I do spear goblins and tornado there just to keep myself alive. So I'm pretty happy with that, and I just kind of spam my cards there just for the heck of it. So that was a good battle against Time and Peace. Well, that's their clan, I guess. And then I have one more that got me to 10. Against Clash Royale. It's a sign. So he does a good counter there with the Ice Spirit. I decided to activate the King Tower. Never a bad idea, especially when you can do it that early in the match. So probably not his best move. I think I play pretty bad in the beginning here, and I have to work my way back out of it. So he zaps there, so I think I do get one swing at least. Uh, I do my Sparky. Always be holding a troop ready for if they zap or lightning. So it keeps your Sparky alive. And then I might do Knight and Bats, something like that. Which works surprisingly good. I should be doing that a lot more often. Sadly, instead of getting a shot off on the tower there, I zap. It would have been perfect, so he had to zap in order to finish me off there. He thinks something's funny. I'll show him. I'll show him what's really funny. And I never respond because I have them muted, so I always try to just pretend everyone's being nice to me because I find it distracts me. See, I didn't learn from my first mistake, and it takes out like 75% of Sparky's health, so it's not a good trade you want to do all the time, and I shouldn't have played into it like I did. I do have the bats to help take that out, but he just has too many cards, so he starts BMing me, and if I knew, I'd probably be triggered and I probably would have lost. But let's see if I can prevail here. Got my Knight. I got Tornado. I got Spear Gobs. I still decided to do the Hog Push, which wasn't the greatest idea. He has Inferno, and he spent a lot of elixir there though. So I got my goblins there. I got my bats. I got Tornado. So I'm able to turn that around. I placed my Sparky high there because that's what I wanted to do, to keep my Sparky alive, and then my Sparky's able to get a shot off there. I do my bats far enough behind, so I can zap and get extra couple hits from my bats there. That was a weird push. What the heck was I thinking there? I don't know what I was thinking with that hog. That was bad play. Don't ever do that. And then I am hovering cards in case he zaps my bats, but he never did. Oh, man. I didn't play this match very good, to be honest. I spent a lot of elixir where I didn't need to. The Inferno Tower is just a bitch. He's got another one here. That was a dumb tornado. I thought for some reason his Inferno Tower was out of range, and I was just gonna be dealing with the mini P.E.K.K.A. But that's not the case. So I kind of panic here. I have to do my Spear Goblins and my Goblins because that's kind of my own option. But now he doesn't have the Inferno Tower in cycle. You gotta play fast to actually out cycle the Inferno Tower. Sometimes I think I have, and then they still play an Inferno Tower, and it's frustrating. But it's kind of the way it is, because he is a pretty cheap deck too, relatively. But he can't really cycle. He doesn't have as many cycly cards as I do, so I can cycle a lot faster to avoid that Inferno Tower. So that has got me to 10 wins. So I'm pretty happy with that. So hope you guys liked my video. I'm at 5,200 right now for 5,210. I haven't played ladder in a few days, so I'm gonna try to see if I can get 5.5 this season. If I do, I'm gonna try to hit 5.8. Good luck. But I'm gonna see what I can do. Hope you guys like the video. Hope you like the Sparky deck. Give it a try. Not many people are expecting Sparky, especially with all the rockets in the challenge, but you can avoid those. Just got to be careful with your Sparky placements. So hope you guys like the video, and like and subscribe if you haven't already. Really appreciate it. All right, thanks guys. See ya.